Okay guys, this here video is about an individual in town. He is homeless. His name's Herman. He got beat with a baseball bat by some people in town, asked the cops for help, and the cop told him to basically leave town, didn't help him at all. He wound up going to the police station because he had a warrant for a Class C, and he wanted to go to the psych ward. This guy is manic. He's got some major issues, and instead of going to the psych ward, they put him in jail. Took his blanket away from me, which tells me they knew he was suicidal, put him in a straitjacket, and he still didn't get to go to the psych ward, and the cops beat him up. I'll show you here, and of course, Chief Blanchard, I know you're following me and watching me. You can never get me out of your head, I know that, and I'm asking from the public, if this didn't happen, please share the body cams of every single officer that was in the room that man. We would like to see them. And I talked to Officer Jones about this. He's going to investigate it. Great. But there's no report about this guy getting beat up in your jail cell. So we'd like to know why. Please share it with us. Please be transparent like you say you are. We will hold our breath for a couple days, give you enough time to come up with a lie, and then tell us, hey, we're not going to share it, but I'm going to put this Facebook Live up and tell you, hey, please believe me, I'm Chief Blanchard. That didn't happen. Right, buddy. Anyway, pay attention, guys. Please subscribe. Help me out. Help us grow. Love y'all again, and oh my gosh, it's so sad what happened to this guy. Thanks again.
Me and Cruz go to the PD, then I get out and I go in.
This was yesterday?
Yeah, this afternoon, or about 2 or 3 maybe, because I was in there a long time.
Okay.
But anyways, so they said, I say, mental ward outrides the warrant, right? And they said, yeah. I think she said, yeah. And she said, you're not gonna scare me, are you? You're not gonna scare me, are you? And well, last time I was a fool and I scared the secretary, but I love her. So I told her, no, I'm good boy, I'm not acting fool. So, can I have a cigarette? Can I have a cigarette? She said, yeah, give me a cigarette. So I go out and have a cigarette, and the cop comes out and he says, okay, let's go. So okay, we go. And we're going mental ward, so I get to go color, and I get to hide from the bad guys in the baseball bat. And then we go to the back, and then he says, come in here, and then, well, that's where I went to jail. And then I said, what about the mental ward? And then he said, oh, in a little bit, or something. I was getting scared. And so he took my boots off, and he took my stuff off, and he put me in the cell, and then I lay down, and I'm waiting to go to the mental ward because sometimes sitting got to go, but usually they just take me. But they didn't say nothing, and I didn't say nothing. I was trying to be good, boy, because I don't want to scare that lady. And I sat in there, and then I get cold, and then there's a honey bun or a TV dinner, so I eat it, and then I get cold, and then no one come, and then so I tell them. So I knock on the door, because I learned you knock on the door and they go see. And I just wanted to see, get a blanket, because I was beat up, man. Everything hurt to lay. I want an extra blanket. So I think the girl cop come in. She say, hey, I got ass rank or something. So then the other guy come in, and then I was upset and I was hurt, and then I went a little manic, and then so I said I want to die, and what happened? I can't go to the mental ward, and they just quit talking. So I lay there, and then I think I kicked the door once or twice because they always come, but I was hurt because what they did, and they said they like me now, and so I just lay there, and then so I put the thing up against the window. Because I was manic and smoother. I didn't know none of them. Because the cops didn't know me, they helped me. But them ones did, they didn't care. So then I laid there. Yeah, that night last night they didn't put me in the suicide thing. Because I told them, okay, I'd be good. Because remember, I told you the 2 cops that knew me? When the cops know me, I got to be good. So I told them I'd be good, so I didn't get that. But the cops that didn't know me, that's what did it. Next morning, the cops didn't know me. I beat on they took me in the drunk tank, so I beat the wall a little bit, and that cop, god damn was he mad, boy, whew. Holy shit. And he come in there, and I think I said I surrendered. I think I was tired. I was going to go see. I think they said maybe I was gonna get out soon or something. But I hit the door twice again, and then god damn, they come in here and they stomp on me, and he's stomping on my leg, and I'm get off my leg, get off my leg, get off my leg, get off my leg, get off my leg. And finally he got off my leg. Well, Coon's cousin, nephew, or that cop, Coon's cop, he come in and I guess he wouldn't leave, so they left me alone. But they stomped on my leg.
Officer Jones?
Yeah.
He's a good cop.
Yeah, I always liked him, but
Okay.
and I think he liked me, but I don't think he could talk to me or something. I don't know. So then they beat me up and stuff, and then
What do you mean they beat you up?
they stomped on my leg, not beat me. I'm sorry.
They stepped on your leg?
Yeah, they stomped on my leg. I had to beg them to get off.
Okay. And why did they step on your leg?
So then, when they get done and they got me all sassed, they tell me to lay there.
They put you in a straitjacket?
Yeah. Well, I was already in a straitjacket, and I was all done. Everything was good.
That's why they were stepping on your leg when they put you in a straitjacket. Is that correct?
Well, waiting to go get it. I think waiting to go get it. And putting it on, yeah.
So why did they hold you? Did they tell you why they were holding you on the ground?
Oh, no, it's that fool thing, because I stopped the wall, I think.
Because you were kicking the door.
Well, I didn't do it a bunch. I didn't do it aggressively. I just said, I don't know, I'm mad. I don't know what I said. I was manic.
Okay.
But, so then they get off my leg fine, and that was it. I was done. So I lay there, and then the Coons cop comes back in here, and he said, I think it was him. He'll be out and get you, little Herman. So I go, okay. So, and then it got hurting so bad that I got to flip over. I was sitting out here, and then they come in.
Herman, what was hurting?
My leg and my shoulder were there's blood all over here where they got me and stuff.
What do you mean there's blood?
I told them I had AIDS.
What do you mean there was blood?
My blood. They
From what?
From when they fucking flipped me so hard on me doing that stuff.
Okay.
And I wasn't acting a fool. I was being good.
Sir, where were you bleeding from?
Everywhere. I didn't have none of this.
Okay. So you got this morning.
Yeah. Well, there's one back here from the baseball bat, because
Okay.
this one's.
Okay.
But not these.
These are all new?
Yeah, it was.
And then may I
It
see
was
your
2
leg where
blows
they
to
were
the
stepping on
face.
you?
It was 2 blows to the face and this one to the back. Oh, they gave me this one's over here. This one's new.
Which one?
I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know. It feels hurt. It hurts. Is there nothing? Okay.
Yeah, there is a bruise there.
Oh, well, it hurts awful bad. I don't know.
Okay, and that happened from the cops too?
Yeah, it's from this one. Yeah.
Okay, and what about your leg? Can I see
So
it?
then they stomp on it. They wouldn't get off it. And I was screaming, "Get off my leg! Get off my leg! Get off my leg! Get off my
I
leg!"
see it, and that was this
Fine,
morning.
Fine, they got off my leg. He was big. Oh my God, I thought he broke it.
The big cop.
Yeah, the young ones.
Okay,
I don't know him.
okay.
But then, so then, a little bit, whatever, I'm manic.
But they left you with all the
Yeah,
blood?
and then the lady cop come in.
Sir,
And,
they left you in all that blood?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know, I slammed the door, so I think there's cool off time.
Okay.
So then.
But there's blood on the floor and blood all over you, and they didn't clean you up?
Not, there's blood, yeah.
Okay.
Not much, not. Yeah, I caught fast, see. I'm Jesus, I caught fast. Lady come in and say, the TV people are the judge, TV people. So I go over there and then I see her and then she tells me to get up some because I guess she couldn't see me on the TV. And she said, what do I want to plead? And I said, guilty, I'm sorry.
Guilty
She said,
for what?
Huh?
Guilty for what?
Oh,
What
because
did you
long
do?
time ago, my buddy got a pipe and I had a heroin cooker in the, but I'm heroin free now. I go to
You got
every
popped with
day.
some drugs. Okay.
Yeah. Rig and a cooker. No
Okay.
drugs. Misdemeanor in City.
Okay.
Yeah. And what? And that was it. I said guilty, and then they just gave me my cigarettes and nothing. I'm not sure if I signed nothing or not. I was so excited I get to go, get a pop.
And they didn't give you no paperwork?
No, nuh-uh.
Okay.
And it was I forget the what's her name? The honor's name? She's the older lady, yellow hair sort of down to here.
What about it?
Maybe. Oh, just to say who the judge was.
Oh, that's Henrietta.
She say, what do I plead? And I say, guilty. And she say, go away. or
Okay.
that's her.
Okay.
So they let me out.
But they didn't clean you up?
Oh, well, this Aransas Pass, they ain't got no shower, no pooper. Oh, they got a pooper, but no shower. I don't know if they clean you up or not.
Did they offer you medical attention?
No. Well, remember, the deal was, I was going to go to the mental ward first and then come back and do my warrants.
I do. So you told them...
That was the whole deal, they told me.
Okay, so they were supposed to send you there. I get that.
Yeah.
And you also told them you were suicidal.
And they kicked me, yeah.
And they put you in a straitjacket.
Well,
but they didn't take you to a mental ward. They put me in a
drunk tank for a long time, and the last minute they put me in the...
But what I'm saying is, you told them you were suicidal.
Yeah.
And you told me, well, you told me something about they took the blanket and stuff away from you, right?
Oh, yeah, that was the last night. Or no, it might have been early this morning. I think it was in there. It was in there.
Okay, but they took that away from you after you told them you were suicidal, correct?
Yeah, and then I put the mattress in the window.
Right, but they took the blanket away
so
because you said...
I got back over here. Yeah, and then that's when they put me in the drunk tank. And then about 30 minutes later,
So they took the blanket away because you said you were suicidal. So that that makes sense to me. But why didn't they send you to the ward after you said you were suicidal?
Well, no, everyone knows the mental ward overrides jail.
But they didn't send you there. Okay. And they didn't help you get cleaned up. Did you ask for medical attention at all?
I asked them to get off my leg.
I know that, but did you ask for any medical attention?
I don't think they know how to do that stuff. I don't think I did.
I'm not asking. I'm asking if you asked them.
I don't remember. I don't think I ever asked them because they don't do it anyway.
Okay, so a friend of mine saw you early this morning, and he called me and said you were covered.
I'm scared of him.
He said he was trying to help you. He said you were covered in blood.
I was scared of him, man.
Okay, but he wasn't trying. But he wasn't trying to hurt you.
No, but I could tell.
Okay, but you were covered in blood. He said.
Yeah.
That blood came from the PD.
They beat me out. They hit off of me. And
that's where your arms.
They grind me. They grind me underneath. They grind me on the ground.
And that's where the blood came from your arms.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, how come they didn't patch you up?
Oh, it was shift change.
I don't care if it's shift change. How come they didn't give you medical attention?
I don't know about police. I just know they arrest you or they let you make it.
Okay. So you walked from the police station covered in blood.
And I tried to make it to stripes for the baseball bat killers give me. And I did. And Sterling bought me a pop. And then I called my ride to the methadone clinic because I'm drug free now. Hey.
Congratulations.
I'm an American. For 4 months now with 2 slips.
Okay. I have issues though. The police department should not be hurting you. Now I understand that they had to subdue you to put a straitjacket on you.
But I didn't act a fool. I quit when they, but they still got to do it. But I didn't like, because they beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, you didn't attack them at all.
No.
Okay.
Even the ones I didn't know, but I can't because you go to prison.
Okay, but they did attack you.
Well, I thought so. God damn, they dug me into the fucking ground, concrete. They dragged me to.
Because you kicked the door.
I can't say for sure, and I don't want to lie, but I think they the ground a little bit, and they put the suicide thing on a little bit, and they a little bit, but I wasn't doing shit.
You weren't fighting back.
Well, no, I was trying to get that goddamn thing on and done. It hurt.
All right. Okay.
And then at the end, they sort of jerked it a bunch.
Well, that's to make it
and
tighter.
I started screaming again, please stop, don't jerk it, and then so they did.
Okay, so after they put that jacket on you, did they tell you they were going to take you to the psych ward?
Well, it was semantic, I don't know, but they were supposed to the whole time, yeah. As soon as I got time served, I was supposed to go to the mental ward.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
I called the police in the hospital before I even went to see them, and they said yes, so I called Woodbridge, Bay Harbor, and I said, hey, I'm getting out of the hospital for baseball bat, I'm going to jail because you gotta know I didn't take nothing, and I gotta go to the ER, then you take me, but I'm coming. And the police said that they're going to take me, so I'm going to Aransas when Frank comes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Herman.
Yeah.
Your loved one, would you want them to be inspirational and share and impart good feelings to hopefully lift that person up and help them recover from their bad choices? Or would you want to hit them while they're down? You know, it's very easy to express your hatred or for some of the actions that these people commit. Some of the things they do are very bad at times. But I will tell you, it is our goal and our motivation to try to to really lift these people out from what they're doing. What we're supposed to be doing is basically rehabilitating. We take them.
Somebody hits a guy with a bat, Class A misdemeanor. It's a cop. Y'all want to arrest him?
It have to be investigated internally.
Oh, that's exactly my point. So you'll investigate it internally.
Would have to be conducted by an outside agency.
But you would investigate it internally.
Texas Rangers.
So the way it works is you investigate internally, and then you find a clause either not guilty or guilty, and then I send it to the Rangers. I did this before. That's how it works.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And there is nothing in your policy manual stating that you cannot do that. And I just caught you because I just said if somebody hit somebody with a bat and it's a cop, you would do something about it and you would have a report. But because I'm filing a complaint on your piece of shit fucking goddamn captain or chief, y'all won't do anything about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Have a good day.
See you on YouTube, Bubba.
All right.
Have a nice, what's your name, Jim?
My name is Sergeant Lucas.
What's your badge number?
412.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, hello, ma'am. I am here. I would like to know, I guess I need information on a Herman Gray. He was arrested on the 25th. I'd like to see the police report. And then I would like to see Aaron Jones if he is here.
Let me find out.
Sure. Do you want me to sign in?
No, sir. Just fill this out for me.
Okay, guys. Mental health crisis intervention. I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is what Herman came in for. He was suicidal, mental, manic, and he was seeking help. He did have a fine. They did arrest him. They did take away his blanket because he was suicidal, and they did rough him up, hurt his leg, jumped on his leg, left him in a pool of blood, and released him the next morning. Never sent him to the mental health crisis intervention, even though they knew he was suicidal. That he knocked on the door because he knows better than beating on the door because he'll get beat up, okay? So he knocks on the door, excuse me. Officer comes in, he tells him he's cold, so give him a blanket, I think is what he said. Forgive me, I might be a little backwards on it. And then he waits a little longer, still doesn't go to psych ward, so he knocks on the door again. The officer, short officer, he doesn't know his name, comes in, yells at him, screams at him, and then tells him that he's suicidal. So he said they take the blanket away from him, which if that's true, that confirms that he's suicidal. You don't want him to have a blanket, I get that. That story makes sense. And then he goes to, kicks the door again or something, the officers come in, that officer throws him to the ground, jumps up and down on his leg, he's screaming to get off, his leg's hurt, he does have a bruise there. And then they put him in a straitjacket, and they rough him up a little bit, cut his arms. So I talked to Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz is the one that dropped him off here to you on the 25th. Mr. Cruz said he didn't have those injuries. He had bruise, he had a cut up here, and he had something on this shoulder, I believe. And then when I got him, he had bruise here. This was all cut up, and then his leg is bruised, where he said the guy was jumping up and down on him. So he says they put him in a straitjacket. While they were doing all that, he said, you walked in. And he said he thanked you because they stopped beating him because you walked in. He says he knows you. And he left, or y'all left him alone. And then the next morning, they took him in front of a magistrate via a Teams or something, and then let him go. But nobody cleaned him up, nobody took care of his wounds, nothing. I got that confirmed because the person that found him outside is a friend of mine, called me about, I don't remember the exact time, early in the morning, said he saw Herman, who I didn't know. He knew him, and he said Herman was limping, so he pulled over beside him, tried to go get him. He was terrified. He said he was covered in blood, and he said, Herman said that the police department beat him up, and he took off limping away and wouldn't get in the car with him. That guy called me. I reached around town. Juan Cruz found him about 11 o'clock, took him right to my gym. Still had blood stains all over him from leaving the police department. So we're trying to figure out what happened.
Okay.
Do you know?
So I was there at the point where he said that I walked in. Nobody was beating him or anything at that time.
Okay.
I mean, he did have some cuts and stuff. I'm not sure what extent. I walked in there already inside the cell.
Okay.
And then he was released a short time later. But I mean,
Okay.
It's definitely something we don't mind looking into.
Yeah. So I'm assuming since it was an intervention and they had to put him in a straitjacket, there's body cam footage, right?
I would assume.
Okay, so if there's body cam footage, how do I get copies of it? And since it's, and will they release them to me? How's that?
Oh, I don't know as far as whether they'll be released or not or whatever, but we can get you to start the
Okay, so I want to ask you this, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but again, everybody in town likes you. So if there is body cam feed, and that body cam feed shows officers beating somebody, that's not right. Now, there's no report of him getting put in a straitjacket. That's what he told me.
So it's called the wrap. So it's not a straight jacket.
Right. It's a restraint.
It's a restraint that restrains the legs. And they put him in a seated position, essentially.
So why would they restrain him?
I'm not sure what led to that
Okay,
in the very beginning.
but there would be a report that I'm asking for right now that he was restrained.
It's possible. I'm not sure what the extent was. Unless we use physical force against somebody, there's not a...
But there is physical force. He said he got his leg jumped on and he's covered in blood. The blood was not, this wounds were not there, and I have the pictures prior. When he got here, I have pictures, photos, there's nothing here. When I get him back, his arm is ripped up and he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a 12-hour period.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll look into it and see what happened during that whole span. I can't tell you one way or another because I don't know right now until I start going and looking into it.
Your story makes sense because he said you did walk in and he said they left me alone after that. So that tells me he's not lying to me and you're telling me the same story. Right. Make sense? Okay. So I'm here to get the police report in general for why he was arrested. And then I would like to know if this is true, right? And he said several times he asked to go here. Why didn't we send him?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that until I look into it.
Okay. Now what about Mr. Valdez telling him to leave town?
And until we investigate it, I can't tell you a whole lot. Okay, but I can tell you that we'll look into it and see what's
I have the text messages.
Okay.
So when you want to investigate it, you call me and I'll come down here and show you. Okay. And it's Valdez's text between him and.
Okay.
Okay. And Valdez is trying to get him to snitch, and he don't want to be a snitch. But he does say he got beat with a bat, and that man didn't help him, which really bothers me. And to tell him to leave town is complete BS.
Right.
Right.
So, do you mind filling out a complaint form?
Well, I didn't have a complaint. I filled out what I wanted.
Okay.
I'm not complaining yet, if that makes sense.
Well, no, that helps us in the process of doing the internal investigations.
Right. What I filled out is I want his investigative work.
So this is the complaint form here. You just wouldn't read through this stuff.
And how does this complaint form help him? Y'all do an investigation on it?
I can tell you, I'm going to look into it either which way.
Okay, but
as far as we prefer to have a written complaint. Whether you do it or not, I'm still going to look into it either way.
So why don't you just look into it and I'll get back to you, because I filled these out numerous times and nothing ever happens.
Okay.
So I'd rather you if you investigate it, you call me and I'll come give you the text messages, and we're going to put out a YouTube video on it tonight, and this will be on there, and I just need her paperwork, and then I'm on your way. So do you know if his was a Class C or a Class B? Paraphernalia, but no drugs, so he had a pipe or something.
My assumption it was just a Class C because he was released that morning.
Okay, so why would they arrest for a Class C?
We arrest for Class Cs all the time.
For what? It's a fine only, right?
Yeah.
So why would you arrest him?
Because I'm not sure what the charge was, but if it was something like public intoxication, then we have the...
It wasn't. Public intoxication, I understand arrest, but it wasn't.
I don't know, was it a warrant or... I'm not sure why he was initially here. But...
I know he turned himself in because of it.
Okay.
So maybe that's why?
Yeah. I mean, if he turned himself in, he had to have had a warrant. Or we wouldn't just take him for no reason. So yeah, he had to have a warrant for it if he was turning himself in.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, can she hear me? No, huh? She can't hear me. I want a copy of the warrant too. Can you hear me? Oh, you can't hear me. Can't? Oh, can I get a copy of that warrant for his arrest too?
I think the warrant's going to have to come through the court.
Okay,
That's fine.
Municipal.
Okay, back there.
I'm assuming it's a municipal warrant. I'm not certain, but
You want to write it down on here under the specialty?
Sure.
I can check.
I need your pen, Mom. I'll give it back to you. Thank you. State, so claim. Oh, come on. I want all paperwork related to his arrest, including the warrant. Okay. Thank you, Aunt. Here's your pen, baby.
Do you know what day the text messages or any of that was on? Was that the day that he was arrested, or?
I don't know. I'll give it to you. I don't know. I have to go back and look because I took screenshots of everything, so I don't know exactly what date it was, but it'll show on a timeline.
Right.
But it was, I don't recall. I don't know when he was talking to him. And I know he talked to him again after that date, but I don't think Valdez responded back.
Okay. Well, you got my email, right?
Maybe. If not, just shoot me an email.
Yeah, I'll shoot you an
Shoot me an email,
email.
and I'll send it. Hey, Andy, I just wanted to know if you know a Mr. Herman Gray here in Aransas Pass, Texas.
Yes, I think you're asking a good person who knows Herman Gray. Herman Gray used to live next door to me. He was my neighbor there for about a year, and he's a good guy. He doesn't mean no harm to anybody. He just wants to be felt by people and liked by people, and he's got a disability, you know, and he gets a check for that every month, and because of his skill level mentally, he's pretty slow, and he's never done nothing to me when it comes to anything. You know, we all have our faults, and he's got his faults, but he wouldn't hurt a fly, and he was a good neighbor to me. He helped me, and I helped him, and we got along real good. We still do up to this day.
So his mentality, he's slow?
Oh yeah, he's very slow. He's probably got a mentality of a 10, 12-year-old.
Little boy?
Little boy.
Okay.
Yeah, not much more than that because of the way he talks, and then everything's yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and I've had to tell him over and over again that he doesn't need to say that to me because he's a grown man, but he still says it because, I guess, because of his mentality of him, probably of a 12-year-old. You know, not much older than that neither. Because even when he's around me, he's always wanting something sweet, Cokes, stuff like that. So I've always looked at him like he's a little kid because of the way he's always acted around me.
Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm here today to make this video on behalf of the man that this video is about, Mr. Herman Gray. I've personally known Herman for roughly 15 years. If anyone has ever met Herman, they would know that that man does not have an evil bone in his body. And they would also know that Herman does not have the mental capacity of a man that is 52 years of age. For the police to lure that man to the police department under the guise that they are going to help him seek mental health is disgusting. For them to do the things that they did to that man while in their custody, while the man was just trying to seek help, is not right. There's been a lot of things going on in Aransas about the police department. And it depends on what side are you on what you believe. But Mr. Herman was definitely assaulted by some police officers and then released early the next morning. Now, if he had done something to cause them to assault him, don't you think that there would be some charges pressed on him? But no, he was just assaulted and then released early in the morning. What they did is wrong.
Real quick shout out to the two gentlemen that stepped up and talked about Herman and what they knew about him. More shout outs to the people that keep calling me and giving me data, and somebody just dropped me off a jump drive in my mailbox that said, "We stand with Jason," with all kinds of data on these criminals, so I can't wait to go through that. Anyway, subscribe, guys. We're having a press release. Supposed to have a press release Monday. If we don't, I think we will be at the council meeting, sit down there, and hopefully welcome Randy Haskins in, who will be the new elected official, we think, so he's here to end corruption in our town. Anyway, subscribe. Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all's support, guys. Bye.